This is Lisa Michelle, and I'm back with another video. 2025 started off with me having a really bad flu. I still have a lingering cough, so if you hear me cough, I'm apologizing in advance. This thing just has me in a chokehold. So in this video, and it shouldn't be too long, I want to show you how you can make these tumblers that you see all over the place. You see a lot of personalized tumblers on Etsy, and yeah, if you're interested in adding them to your shop or just selling them on your own website, I want to show you how you can make them really easily. All right, so the first thing I did was I just searched tumblers just to see, what types were really popular. And that's when I realized that the personalized tumblers were doing really well. So I'm just going to type this in. Oh, and you're seeing these figures here because I'm logged into Everbee, which is an Etsy tool that helps you decide, what's selling well. It gives you suggestions on different descriptions and keywords and tags and things like that to use in your listings. So it does give you a little bit more information here because I do have the Everbee Chrome extension on. All right, so these are all personalized tumblers. And I think a lot of these are 20 ounce. So you can see that they're selling well. Actually, I'll just click over here in the product analytics just to get an idea of how many they're selling monthly. And I can just filter this out to see. I can also, let me see, hold on. Change this so that I'm just going to filter it so that the only listings that show are the ones that are not more than maybe a year old, just to see which, if they're still ranking well or selling well, like the new listings, to see if they're still selling well. All right, so these are personalized tumblers, 20 ounce. And you see here the monthly sales are still doing really well. The ones that have been listed no longer than 12 months ago. So it's 5 months, 6 months, 1 month ago, and you see how well these are selling. So I can just click on one. Any of these, I guess, will give us a good idea. Personalized birth flower, 40 ounce tumbler. So that one has 923 sales a month. I can just see the listing on Etsy to get an idea. The 28 in the carts. And this seller is giving their customers the option to choose what they want in terms of, I guess, a name. So you can have 1 or 2 engravings or no engraving. You can choose the color of the mug. And then down in this box, you can add in, I guess, if you want other information on the mug. So it's got lots of personalization options, which is nice. So let's see the flowers and then maybe the name. And this is for what, a 40 ounce tumbler. Okay. So if you want to create something like this, you could go to Canva. Actually, you know what? First, let me log into Printify. So I use Printify for some of the print-on-demand things that I have in my shop. So I'm a little bit familiar with the catalog. Let me just show you really quickly if you're not familiar with it. So we're going to go to, this is like an old version of the site. Home, bottles and tumblers. And then you can just see that 20 ounce here. These are the skinny ones that we saw. 40 ounce insulated travel mug. I think that's probably the closest one to the one that we saw there. But let me see, the wine tumbler. Yeah, so they've got a lot of different ones, but it's not exactly like that one. In terms, okay, this is probably the closest one. So you can just click on this and say, okay, so it's one vendor. So typically if I'm selling something on Printify, so they give you different providers that you can choose from for each item. This one has 1 and the rating is 7.6. I prefer them to have closer to a 10.0 rating, but just for the sake of, creating this tumbler for the video, it's fine. I'm going to start designing. And okay. So let me see. I forgot to look for the design guide. That's the size guide. Provider info. But I don't see the template. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to Tumblers. I'm going to do the skinny one because this one I'm just more familiar with the layout for that. And this one, see how this has an 8.5? I'd rather just do business with a vendor that's got a higher rating. All right, so this one gives you the product print area right here. So if I'm going to create this myself, I would just go to Canva, or whatever design tool you use, and you want to do a custom size. And let's see, it's 2781 by, what is that? 2394. Create new design, and then it'll just give you the white, canvas here. And this is the whole front of the tumbler, so it'll just wrap around the cup. So what I could do is, let's say I want to just do something similar to the flowers that we saw. You just go to Elements, or you could just upload, your flowers from some other source. And I am using a free Canva account. So let's see if I can. Why is nothing? Okay, we'll leave that alone. Just look for just a very simple flower, because they were all like gray, so it really doesn't matter what color we pick. So just for the sake of example, I'm going to use this. Make sure it's centered, and then I'll pick out font. Jessie. I'll make it bigger. Let's pick a font, and you can pick any one you like, and then just turn it so it's 90 degrees. And if you wanted to do it like that, you could, or line it up. Whatever you do is fine. You can do a different font. You can do a different flower. You can do something totally different here. You could, instead of even having a flower, what's popular is different cups for like girls trips and family getaways, right? So let's say I had maybe a palm tree, and I wanted to put instead of the name, or actually no, I could do the name. I could still do the name. Just make it a little bit smaller. Make sure it fits well. And then let's put Cancun. Right? And then we'll do 2025. And then, or you could put, bridesmaid, best bridesmaid or whatever, and then have the bridesmaid's name here with a different, design here, wedding bands or something like that. That'd be more appropriate for, bridesmaids. You can do it for a lot of different occasions. But I do see these for like family vacations and girls trips and things like that a lot. All right, so let's just make it a little bit smaller. I didn't want this video to be too long. All right, this is very simple. All right, so now we're just going to download. I'm going to download this with a transparent background. Oh, I forgot I'm on the free account. Okay, we're just going to download it anyway. But instead, since it's not a transparent background, let's go ahead and give ourselves a nice background. All right, so let's try that one. Let's see. I'm going to duplicate it and then do a different background. See which one looks better. I don't like that one. Let's try maybe just the sand. Just a more neutral color. All right, so let's just try it out. See how this looks on the mug. All right, let's try it out. Yes, I don't really like how it kind of just pops out of nowhere, but I just want to just show you how you can create these. You can make a better design than that. All right, so let's try the first one. Page 1. So you do need a paid plan in order to print with a transparent background. I forget that. So if you use Canva a lot, it's definitely worth it to get that pro account for stuff like that. All right, so the first one will pop up in a minute. And after this, I'm going to show you in probably an even easier way to design your Tumblr if you don't want to have to do this yourself. Okay, so the first one is uploading. And it'll give us a nice preview of it. We can see if we like it. All right, so here's the first one. This gives you the ability to center it, move things over if you want. You could actually even add text to the design. If we hadn't added the text in Canva, you could add the text here. Let's just see how this one looks. All right, so this is the design. And it gives you different mock-up views here that you can download and add to your Etsy listing, which is nice. But one of the things you have to make sure of is this. I'm going to show you something. All right, so when you choose the color, your variants, because see how the bottom is white and the straw is white? That's because that's the color cup we chose. So because we've got that pink, you want to make sure that the colors that you pick make sense for your design. So for example, we might want to pick glitter dusty rose or glitter magic pink. We can try these lilac and pink and then see how that comes out, because you want the straw and that bottom part of the mug to match your design. Like, see how this doesn't look so great with that? You might want to stick with the lilac. We'll see. So be careful. If you're going to design, this one looks better. If you're going to design something where you cannot print or document with a transparent background, make sure that the image that you print onto the mug matches the bottom, matches the straw, because this is the actual color of the cup. So I hope that makes sense to you. But like I was saying before, if you wanted to add text to your design, you can add it here. If we hadn't added it on in Canva, you could have added it here. All right, so that's the preview. And then you save the product, and it's going to ask me to log in. So let me just log in really quickly. Okay, so now it shows you the different mockups, and you can download these so that they show up in your Etsy listing. All right, so I hope that was helpful in showing you how you can create it in Canva very easily, and then just add it to your Tumblr in Printify. But one other thing you could do is if you didn't want to have to create it yourself, you can go to Creative Fabrica. They do have tumbler designs for the 20-ounce cups. And all you have to do is just download it, and then you could just add this to your Printify. You just download this, and you can go to upload, and then just add it to your mug or your tumbler, and it'll be a lot easier. And they have a lot of them. So if you don't want to create your own or do a personalized version of it, you can go to Creative Fabrica. I'll leave a link in the description where you're able to get 1 year for $47 or $3.99 a month, which is a really good deal considering they have so many different fonts and designs and things that you can use on print on demand or for commercial use without a problem. Okay, so if you're interested, check out the link, and I will be back with more videos every week showing you different ways that you can make money online. So please go ahead and like the video, share it with anyone you think it may help, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much, and until next time, peace.